right, y'all, let's talk, because some of y'all, actually some of us, including myself, have been sitting on the assignments God gave us like we're waiting on a personal handwritten invitation from Jesus Christ himself. And I get it. Trust me, that little voice creeps in from the enemy. But what if I mess up? What if people judge me? What if I'm not ready? Let me tell you something. If God called you to it, he already made you ready. So stop playing and move boldly. Now let's be real. Some of us are out here procrastinating like we got all the time in the world. Don't be like me, sis, okay? Because that was me all last year. God says start that business. And you said, okay, Lord, just after I take this snap. And he's like, oh, step out in faith. And you're like, oh, but first let me run this through 14 different people so they can help me out. No, he called you to it. Listen, delayed obedience is still disobedience. Let that sink in, okay? I know stepping out can be intimidating. I remember when I first started my I remember when God asked me to quit my job of being in aviation for 8.5 years and just be an entrepreneur. You know, he called me to ministry. He called me to just walk in faith. You know, leave my beautiful home in Houston, Texas, move to Dallas, and move into a studio versus a 4-bedroom home. It's tough. It's definitely tough. It can be intimidating because you don't know where you're going. You know, he tells you to do stuff and but he doesn't give you the full picture of it. He doesn't tell you the full scope. He doesn't tell you the hiccups along the way, the roadblocks, the temptations, the things that will be coming throughout your journey. Why? Because if he told you, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't have took that first move. But that doesn't mean that you should procrastinate. You know, the wind's blowing. I'm going to try to talk as loud as possible. You can't be so fearful that you freeze. You know, if he told you to do something, he gave you an assignment, that assignment is specifically curated for that particular season. So while you stuck on, what if I mess up? What if I got to drive across town and my gas tank start looking real suspect? Okay, you're going to be so focused on the what ifs that you now miss that opportunity for the season and he done gave it to somebody else, or you got to wait for it to come back around. Because what God wants done in the earth, and he gives you the opportunity to do it, he wants it done. So whether you follow through with that or not, he still wants that done in the earth. So he'll assign it to somebody else. And that can look like your business blowing up. That can look like your ministry, your YouTube channel, your TikTok, whatever that may be. Like, you can't delay. You got to get it out there. And you got to be confident knowing that if he called you to it, you can do it. I think for the longest, it took a while for me to just find my voice. Talking in person, not a big deal. But getting on camera, my hair, my this, my that, my outfit. Listen, you look around and that opportunity don't pass you by. Like, you have to be so bold that if God told you to do it, he already knew you could handle it. He didn't send you down here to be timid. He didn't send you down here to be scared. He didn't send you down here to be procrastinating. These are all fear tactics from the enemy that was implanted in you. You are confident. You are bold. He knows you're capable of doing it. That's why he assigned it to you. And look at me now. I'm talking to you right here on camera. And we out here doing it, okay? So if I can do it, you can do it. You can't wait for perfect lighting. You can't wait for perfect opportunities, because nothing. You're going to be waiting for a hot minute. No one's coming to save you. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Life in general isn't perfect. There's so many roadblocks. There's so many hiccups. There's so many detours. And you just have to move in alignment knowing that God's got you. And even when those roadblocks and detours come along your path, you so locked in with JC that I'm good. Like, this is not going to send me spiraling. This is not going to send me down a tempted road. I'm I know my focus. I know where I need to go. I know what I need to do, and I'm going to execute it. Use what God has equipped you with now. Don't try to perfect the what ifs, I need to invest in a ring light. I need to invest in the state-of-the-art camera equipment to record these videos. I need this, that, and the third. iPhone. You already dropped $1,000 on it. Okay. Just record. You can't be so focused on if he gives you a business idea, like, what if nobody buys this? I don't like this. What if no one in my family supports? Listen, don't be a doubter. He told you to be a doer. You have to remember that Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 says, work willingly at whatever you do as though we're working for the Lord rather than for people. So with this being said, you have to let that be your purpose and why you do it. Let that be your why. Don't sit on that business idea. Don't sit on that book. Don't sit on that YouTube channel, that ministry, posting on TikTok, posting on Instagram. Even if it looks impossible, even if you're getting 2 likes, that's your assignment in this season. Even if you have to do it alone, even if you have to do it scared, even if you have to do it broke, and we don't claim brokenness, okay? Because also remember, these are word curses. We see in Matthew chapter 19, some things to humans can be impossible. With God, all things are possible. Now, if you do this on your own, okay, yeah, it's impossible. But if he called you to do it, he's going to be right there with you. And it's going to be possible. God didn't call you to play it safe. He called you to move boldly. This is so funny. He called you to move boldly, to trust him, and to walk in your assignment with confidence. So, I hope this message motivated somebody today. No more delays. No more delays. No more fear of what people might think. Move like you know who sent you. Y'all, this dog is really having a field day. That's what you're hearing in the background. You got to move like you already know who sent you. Walk into those rooms with your head held high. Create that business plan knowing you already going to be a millionaire. Create that YouTube video, that TikTok reel, knowing it's already going to reach the audience that God wants it to. Let this be your confirmation today. Get up, get moving, and handle your God-given business. You got this, and most importantly, God's got you. Now go out there and be great, y'all. Y'all have a good day.